guys ever check the Billboard charts every week? Because I get so excited to announce Golden's.
What? The Billboard charts. We're still up.
This is the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 for the week dated January 17. Slipping to 10 is Mutt. As does Opalite to 9. And Sombr to number 8. All right, New York peeps, we're back at the top 10, and it seems like everybody just made a little shift down with Mutt, Opalite, and Sombr.
Yep, these are all like the familiar favorites that are still in there. You know, I feel like they're only dropping down just because we have one new addition to the top 10 this week, but I feel like these three songs are still super popular. They're getting a lot of radio play. They're not going anywhere, but you know, just a small dip, I think.
I don't know. I'm Team Opalite because I'm Team Fan, and I really want to see Opalite make that rise up the charts. Obviously, because of that addition, we're seeing a little bit of a drop. But if I could pitch my horse to a wagon, I would like to pitch it to Opalite. I'd love to see over the next few weeks get to see a little upward mobility.
I've been saying this, yeah, and I think it will have its due, but you know they haven't officially announced it as a single yet. So maybe once they do, then we'll see it jump up the chart. But I don't know. I guess we just have to wait a week or two.
Well, it's also nice that for Opalite, it's like there is no sense of urgency. It seems like because without this official release, it's still hanging in, still doing very well. So it's not like the streams are collapsing or there's any sort of mayday that we need to rush out this second single. They're obviously very comfortable with what the first single's doing, and we'll continue to talk about that song. So, you know, it's kind of nice to have that in your back pocket that you don't have to really be out there trying to find a second single. A lot of people cannot find second singles off albums, and the fact that Taylor's got this one sort of in the bag is, you know, again, just makes her different than the rest.
Well, I have a question, and this is a genuine question, right? I know we're getting closer to the Grammys. We've got a few weeks. What can we expect in a shakeup? Like, do we think that Mutt may see a little bit of movement? Do we think that Man I Need may see a little bit of movement? Do we think that Sombr, Back to Friends, will see a little bit of movement?
They
Does that
could,
typically
right?
happen?
They always get like a streaming bump like after the Grammys because like they usually do performances and things, but maybe like somebody will really break out and have a moment and have a big jump on the chart. Who knows?
Yeah, and you never know. It could be one of those songs we know about. Like last year, you know, I mean, Doechii was on the rise, but certainly like the Grammy performance put her in a new category. Denial is a River with the Alligator Tears EP, all that kind of coming through. So it just seems like you never know who's going to have that breakout moment, but we have a lot of people, you know, who are very eligible, very eager, very worthy of that moment. So just as much as they're going to be fighting over trophies, they may be fighting over that breakout performance.
And I mean, you guys are talking about what could happen from a Grammys bump, but with a song like Sombr's or Mutt, what else could help them move up the chart? Like now that there's a music video, should they be performing more? What do we see help a song rise?
Man, I feel like if Leon Thomas cannot perform Mutt anywhere else, I feel like, you know, I mean, he's been working the circuit, you know, for so long with that particular song. There's really not much that I think can really happen. I mean, at this point, the things that are out of their control, or in their control, they've pretty much done. They've done a music video, they've done the radio campaigns, they've done the performances, the tiny desks, the sort of, you know, spots. Really, like the one thing, if you can think of something that could help it out, is some sort of viral meme moment, but
or remix, perhaps. You know, there could be a remix.
Right.
I guess you're right.
Chris Brown remix and things like that. But
Mutt
it really
has
does.
done it.
Yeah. I
they
mean,
pulled out all the stops.
It's like that. Pretty much is the only thing that can really like jump something up if something goes viral, and obviously that's something that you really can't control. You need some creator, some incident to happen. So. You know, but I mean, look, we're talking about these songs that have been in the top 10 for weeks and months at a time. So clearly major hits, some of the biggest hits of 25, maybe even 26. But at this point, it's in God's hands, and whoever owns TikTok at this point, I lose track, but you know, the algorithm's hands.
I do think the show is going to change some things. I think, Xander, you mentioned this last week, but a lot of people who are watching the Grammys are going to see some of these best new artists for the first time. And I think that creates a whole new array of avenues for fans to enter and to find out who they are. So we really don't know. Like, there is no set thing that can be done. I think we will literally have to see after the Grammys what happens. And I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's the best. This is the best time of the year.
I'm sure each of them are behind the scenes planning their performances, planning their moment. Like they're prepping as hard as they can to maybe have one final push after the Grammys to rise on the chart. But we'll just have to see what happens. I'm excited though.
And there's some new music that might be rising up the chart. I am so excited that my boy Bruno Mars is back. Let's take a listen at his new single.
Just might make her my baby. I just might make her my baby. Hey.
Hey, I am grooving, y'all. What are y'all's thoughts on my boy's new single?
Go ahead.
Delisa.
Go ahead. Because even with, like the minute you said the name, she was over here, you know.
He was already
Come on,
dancing.
give it to her, give it to her. Was you in the video?
Yes, I was.
I thought I saw you in there.
Exactly. I was right there behind his 6 other Bruno Mars. But I think that Bruno Mars can do no wrong in my eyes. I do not care. I know what the internet says, and I really don't care, first of all. Bruno Mars is the perfect pop star to me. I know that he loves music. I know that he's a student. He puts it into everything that he does. He gives me a feeling that like pop music is supposed to give you. I don't know. I don't care if this sounds like doo-wops and hooligans and it sounds like 24 karat gold magic and all that. I don't care what y'all say. The man is the man.
I think that is what is so interesting about this is because his music is always kind of universally liked. He doesn't get a lot of hate. But this time, the internet was just like, oh my God, Bruno Mars making the same music for 10 years. And it's like, well, his music has always kind of been in this world and we liked it.
If the formula isn't broken though, like why change it? Like he's clearly found a path that works for him and everybody loves it. He's got 9 #1s and this might be his 10th if it gets there.
It
like
just might.
It just
It
might.
just
Really set you up there.
Oh, well, we will be definitely talking about that next week. But for now, let's jump back into the top 10. Folded is also down to 7.
Come pick up your clothes.
End of Beginning storms into the top 10. Ella Langley is locked at 5.
Drinking Jack all by myself. He's choosing Texas, I can tell.
So is Olivia Dean at number 4.
I gotta know you're meant to be the man I need.
So there's some Stranger Things in our top 10 with a brand new top 10 song. How we guys feeling?
I love that song. I don't care how old it is. I don't give a damn. I'm happy that the world is starting to pay attention. Obviously, with Stranger Things, everyone is super excited. And I think people are like, oh, Joe. Oh, Joe. Like, I think it's starting to click for the first time, which is interesting. But I love the song. I think it is amazing to see Joe Keery find his identity in music. I think that's really hard for an actor who is so tied to like a major, massive franchise identity IP that is Stranger Things, to find something that actually resonates with people. So I love this song.
I also think what's interesting about this song is that like obviously Stranger Things has a lot of music moments in it. Like Kate Bush had a huge moment a few years ago. That song is back on the chart. We've seen other gains from Prince with Purple Rain and Fleetwood Mac with Landslide, but this song actually isn't even in the show. So fans were tuning in because they're like, oh my God, Joe Keery's in the news. I love this song from a couple years ago. Let's restream it again. And now this is higher on the chart than it's ever been. So it's a testament to those Stranger Things fans.
Yeah, that's the kind of crazy part is it's like, this song was around and it was known, about 2 years ago when it kind of had its first wave on the chart and came through. And then for it to get this rebound, resurgence, I remember checking Spotify on like New Year's Eve. And I was like, let me see what's been pop. And I was like, what? I was like, wait, is this broken? Is this like did I miss some meme or something? Because there was like, why is this song that's not, in the show, whatever going on, getting this huge streaming resurgence? But I kind of like also, just from a chart perspective, when you get these sort of, I don't call it a wacky top 10, but sort of these like left field top 10s that you're like, even 3 weeks ago, no one saw this kind of thing coming. And especially for a song that we kind of knew to get that resurgence, get sort of its ultimate due is always kind of fun. So shaking it up in a cool way.
Yeah, and I mean, last week we had Ella Langley. It was her first time in the top 10, and she still hanging on. So how are we feeling about that song having a second good week?
I am a huge pop country girl fan. And I do like the fact that, I think we might have talked about this last week, but Ella Langley just has that kind of not crossover appeal, because I definitely think that she's country to her core, but she has this kind of magnetic quality about her that all of the great pop country singers have, that everyone kind of just wants to root for her. Like, I look at her and I'm like, hell yeah, Ella Langley, like, I love what you do. And so I'm not surprised by this. I'm excited to see what she does next. She's been building for the past year and a half, right? Like with the Riley Green collab, that was the collab of all country collabs, one of my favorites. So I'm just really excited to see where she goes from here and how she kind of like stays true to that country root and continue to grow.
It's also pretty rare that we see country songs like this make it to the top 10 of the Hot 100, and I think it's a testament to a growing interest in Ella Langley and her career, and just interest in this song, you know, and it has a great crossover appeal, but it's also a purely country song, and so I think it's fascinating that it's already gotten this high. And what's fascinating is that, you know, she doesn't really have much of a pop background. She's been kind of squarely footed in the country space, and the fact that now that this song is in the top 10, it's big things to come, I think.
Okay, Xander's not gonna do it, so I'll do it for him.
What?
Xander looked into this particularly about like how rare it was for some of these country songs, particularly in the past couple years, to get to the top 10, and sort of a huge look at that. So it's on our Billboard.com website. So shout out to Xander for taking that Ella Langley moment and, you know, running it, stretching it. So he was like teasing that he looked into it, but I'm
just
gonna go
saying,
ahead
I gotta leave some for the website.
I'm gonna go ahead and give him his flowers for that. As far as Ella goes in particular, I'm interested to see maybe from a live performance. I don't know if she's like, you know, on a Coachella or festival bill, or kind of where she shows up. But I think in particular, kind of with that personality and, you know, people who may not think they like country music, I could see her getting a lot of fans from her live performances. She's got a great personality, so I think that translates well on stage. So it feels like to me, besides the music itself, like that is a big frontier that she can capture and just really continue to expand her career in that kind of way.
Well, go Ella and go Xander. Let's jump back into the rest of our charts with number 3, 2, 1.
Golden is down to 3. Ordinary is up a spot to 2.
Ordinary, I want you laying me down to the dead and buried.
And continuing her longest streak at number 1 is Taylor Swift with 10 weeks on top.
Save my heart from the fate of Ophelia.
So that is our top 3. Golden, coming off of a Golden Globes win last night, slides down to number 3. How are we feeling about the girls taking home a trophy last night?
This has been, not like you know, Nostradamus. I almost like I'm Nostradamus, because it wasn't like it was that hard. But, you know, I've been saying this is the time that next wind is coming with these award wins. So of course, congratulations to the writers of Golden and really starting this campaign. The Academy Award, I mean, at this point, it looks like it's in the bag, so I'll go ahead and start getting that Oscar speech ready. I want to jinx it, but it just seems like everything is going great. K-Pop Demon Hunters won an award for Best Animated Feature as well, so the fact that you've got the movie being really loved and received is only going to help the song as well. They're going hand in hand. It's going to be a golden statue, you know, coming on their mantle in the next couple of months for sure.
EJ's speech absolutely rocked me. It was so pure, genuine, and obviously there's so much that we don't know about, like the masses know about the K-pop industry, and so for her to kind of like share her story of wanting something so bad and being redirected, but that redirection got her at the Golden Globes standing with a song that she wrote with a number of co-writers, of course, but a song that she wrote about an experience of reminding herself of the shine that she has, is like, it was the perfect pivotal moment in the K-Pop Demon Hunters fandom, craze, mania, love, hype. Don't know which word you want to use, but there's a lot you could pull from. I'm excited for people who may not know K-Pop Demon Hunters to enter through EJ's speech, because it was really, really incredible.
I'll say also, like, there's some great other nominees in that category, but, you know, I love the song from Sinners, I love the Miley song, and a few of the Wicked songs as well, but this just seems like the right pick for this category. I think the Golden Globes got it right, where, you know, this song was the movie song of 2025. We heard it everywhere. It was #1 on the Hot 100 for weeks on end. Like, this just felt like the right pick, and, you know, it felt very deserved.
I think that's what's so interesting to me is that it's so obvious that the song is golden, but I feel like any other year, it would have been crazy to have a Miley Cyrus Avatar song nominated, and of course, Ariana Grande original song from Wicked. Like those are two big moments that don't even come close to golden.
Not even,
Yeah.
they don't even touch.
Big names.
I mean,
it really goes back to the idea of the song, and that's why I loved EJ's speech really explaining it. Like, I think even, I will be honest, when I first heard about K-pop Demon Hunters and we first started seeing the song on the charts, I was like, what is it about? Everyone was like, just watch it,
Yeah.
hear the story. It's not about the K-pop of it all. It really is about the writing and the feeling that this movie and the song evokes. That is why the other two, not to say that they don't touch on those identities and those ideals and those values, but EJ's writing just really struck a chord with a lot of people. I don't want to say the world, because that's a little lot. You know, that's a little much. I'm not going to speak on everybody, but it could be. But the way that it touched the world was really, really, really one of one.
And Trevor, you brought up the Oscars. I actually was at the Golden Globes and asked them about that little show they may perform at.
Awards season has to be crazy for you guys. How's it been to go from show to show to show?
It's been
It's been something.
It's been grateful, definitely grateful. Can't complain.
Honor, it's an honor. It's an honor.
And I mean, you had to meet some really cool people. So what's been like the biggest starstruck moment so far at like a show like this?
Many. What do we do? There's so
many, yeah.
Bad Bunny was so cool.
You met Bad Bunny?
SNL.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Awards, like who have you met?
Award season?
Ariana at the Governor's Award.
Ariana Grande. Oh my God, she's so nice. She's beautiful. I asked her about what interface and stuff she uses. Like, she's like a producer herself, so like.
Seeing both of those musicals do good during the award show season has been my favorite thing as a fan. And then, I mean, I saw Lisa from Blackpink's here, Joshua from 17. So how's it feel to be like at the Golden Globes in these shows and see K-pop so well represented?
It's just, yeah, go for it.
I mean, as the expert on K-pop here.
It's refreshing.
No,
So
it's amazing. Yeah, it's incredible. And especially, you know, Black Label is who we wrote Golden with, and they are, you know, Lisa is with Blackpink. Like, it's kind of amazing to see, you know, the overlap of so many things in entertainment right now, and Lisa obviously acting in White Lotus. It's just been amazing to watch.
And then lastly, okay, fast forward, awards show season ends with this thing called the Oscars. You know, maybe there's like a nomination, maybe you guys are performing. Like, how do you even feel about the Oscars being around the corner?
I mean, you saw my reaction. I don't know. It's crazy.
Like, I feel like there needs to be an open of the show with a medley, and you know, for me, maybe singing what it sounds like as well.
That would be so dope.
That would be amazing.
That would be so we dope. would love it.
And then, of course, Alex Warren moves up a spot to number 2 with Ordinary.
I mean, Tetris, you said just a while ago, like, is there anything one of these songs from like Leon Thomas or Sombr can do? Is there anything else that Alex Warren can do with Ordinary?
He's going on tour.
He's done it all.
Is there anything else he needs to do?
I don't think he needs to. He's
know.
already hit all the milestones.
Right.
Except the Grammys. Yeah.
Exactly. And we're working there, so we'll see how that one nets out. But to be here, what month, what week, how many weeks of
We are about. It debuted on the Hot 100 in like late February last year, so we're about I think we're about 47. So we're about 5 weeks out or so from its anniversary. So.
But a full year of charting though, like. Especially with
And to
your
be
first
number
major
2 a year, you know, almost a year after.
It has legs.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got legs, you know, arms, you know, growing a head, a couple shoulders. Like, it's about to be a full-fledged person out here.
And then, Delisa, I feel like you were saying that Ordinary could be in like a movie. So isn't it on a trailer or something now?
It is. It's in a new movie featuring my man Tyreek Withers. I'm so excited I feel like
What's the movie called? Cool.
I saw Tyreek Withers and I put it on my IMDb. I don't need to.
You know what? That's
We're
you
a
got
music
stars, right?
show,
It don't
Trevor.
matter what movie Tyreek Withers is in, or you know Michael B. Jordan or whoever. If you there, well, she's there. I'm not necessarily there. I might come check it out. I like Sinners, but she's there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have Taylor Swift at number 1 again for her 10th week, her now longest running #1 ever on the chart. Is the Fate of Ophelia Taylor Swift's biggest song?
By definition, it's the most weeks at #1 for any Taylor song, so you could make that argument, which is crazy. This long into her career, she now has what could be her biggest hit ever. Like, that is crazy. And I feel like this was a big milestone Taylor wanted to get to. A lot of artists have gotten 10-week #1s before, but this is the first time for Taylor. So I feel like maybe after this, they'll start to pivot to Opalite. We'll see. But this was definitely a milestone that I think Team Taylor was trying to get to.
Yeah, I mean, she's had plenty of albums that have made it to double digits at #1, 1989, Fearless, Torture Poets Department, this one, Life of a Showgirl. So feels like she's got that side of things conquered very much so. Seems like she wanted to kind of balance it out and go for this on the song side this time. So for Taylor to be in that kind of class where she has albums that have had 10 weeks at #1 and songs at 10 weeks at #1, that is a pretty rare distinction. I mean, that is something that only, the top of the top have ever achieved. And of course, top of the top, Taylor Swift is very much in the conversation with all those legends and icons of all time. So just another stamp on her resume that, like Xander said, I mean, you think she's sort of done everything, and what more is there to conquer? Yeah. And there's still more history out there, and Taylor is very much, just building that resume, building that case, and week in, week out, we just see, how gargantuan she is and continues to be.
Tetris, that was a really good question. You really gagged me with that one because you really got me thinking if this is the one, right? Like if you think about, I mean, I know there's so many conversations like, will there ever be another Shake It Off? Like that is,
It's interesting to me that you said Shake It Off because I have this debate with my friends way too often on what is Taylor Swift's like signature song? Like what is her biggest hit? And I would say it's Shake It Off like you. But there's people that argue that fact. So now I want each of you, what is Taylor Swift's biggest song?
Okay, biggest song, I think Shake It Off because I think it's probably the most accessible. Like even if you don't know Taylor Swift, that jingle was just sort of impossible to escape in 2014, 2015. You didn't necessarily have to listen to Taylor Swift or whatnot, but it just felt like that song was so gargantuan, that melody is so catchy, that it just feels like everybody everywhere knows it. I will say this, I think Taylor Swift's most important song in her career.
We didn't ask that.
Okay.
Well, it's important. Let's hear it. I want to hear it.
I think to me, the song that changes everything is I Knew You Were Trouble. Oh. I think if that song came out and that song had not done well, there'd be a lot of people in the back end saying, oh, we should have stayed country, or we should have never tried this, this thing out. That was a real transformative record. That was really the first song, too, that I know a lot of people who did not really like Taylor Swift. A lot of people for the first time were like, ooh, okay, she did something with this one. That was a hit.
It's funny you said that. I was going to say a Red Song as well because that was the album that was like the country to pop crossover where like when that song came out, we put it on our country charts, remember? I Knew You Were Trouble, which sounds pretty pop to me, but like that was the like part of the like the transitionary period where she became a full pop singer.
So what's your
What's
your pick?
What's my pick? Probably Shake It Off or Blank Space. I think I agree. It's very accessible. It's huge pop songs. That just felt like a song you heard everywhere. But I don't know. I'm partial to Blank Space, but I think it's something from 1989 for sure.
Wow, I love that we all universally agreed on Shake It Off for the most part. I will say I've heard a lot of people say Love Story, which is interesting to me, but they say like that is Taylor Swift's signature song.
I mean, from that era, I'd almost pick You Belong With Me more, but...
Love Stories is the one. I don't know.
But You Belong With... I mean, sure. But it's like Love Story just feels like so... Like You Belong With Me has a little more, can kind of be anywhere, everywhere. Like, you can sing it like in a crowded room, like sort of at the concerts, obviously. I feel like Love Story is a little more, I don't want to say intimate, but it, doesn't... I don't know if you can just sing it anywhere, everywhere the same way.
It's just her. Like, if you think of her, it's her. But it is Shake It Off, so we can agree on that.
Yes, well, I could talk about Taylor Swift all day. Thank you guys for another great week, and I'll see you back again next week for maybe some Bruno Mars conversation.
We'll see.
You just might.
You just might.
If you want more Billboard, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified on all our latest videos.